Welcome to my top 10 tips for new Path of Exile players. Tip number 1 is to pick a class and then follow an up-to-date build for that class. You want to look for builds that specialize in number 1, magic find, clear speed, and or boss killing to help you get the best items and kill trash mobs and bosses fast. Pay special attention to the passive skill tree and the skill gems listed for the build. You can ignore final equipment until about level 50. So there's 2 websites you can use, and a lot more after that. poevault.com or odilo.com to get some builds. So we're going to just use poevault.com. You can see right here on their main page they have best builds listed. But we're going to look for Magic Find builds, and Magic Find or MF builds will have an MF tag on them. And we picked this tornado shot build, and also you can click this to open up the passive skill tree link for tornado shot, and then it'll open up this page. The ranger that this build uses as the base class, it'll start in this region, and then just follow along and hit all the nodes. When the node forks like this, just whatever you prefer. You can go take the shortest path first, or you can take the longer path. Whatever feels more smooth during the leveling process, that's the path you want to take when you fork like that. Okay, that's the passive skill tree, and then this is the gem listing right here. Tornado shot, gems. Okay, tornado shot, and then some support gems. And some more gems. Gems. Okay, you don't need to get all of them, but for the final build, you want to try to get as many as possible. Now, moving back to the tips. If you want to customize or pre-plan another build of your own, go to exileguides.com, and then there's a tool called Path of Building there that you can use to customize your build, and they'll teach you how to use it there. Tip number 2 is to use the Z key to show all loot. Now you want to install a loot filter around the end of Act 1 or the start of Act 2. There's 10 acts total in the game. We're going to use a website called filterblade.xyz to install a new loot filter. So loot filters typically hide less valuable items from the screen. But we're going to create a custom loot filter using a strict template that unhides hidden items and instead displays those items with a minimized font size. After you get comfortable trusting the expert advice on loot filtration, then you can switch to a standard loot filter that hides what is considered low value items. So we're going to go to filterblade.xyz. We're going to set the strictness to strict. So the stricter it is, the more items that the filter will hide. But we're not going to hide the items. We're going to just display them with a smaller font. So we're going to go to Advanced, then you go to Quick Functions, then you hit 2 commands here. Execute. Minimize hidden items. Set the font size of all hidden items to the lowest possible size. I'm going to execute Show All Hidden Items. All items will be shown with reduced font size. Then we want to download this new filter. Click Option 2, and then select a name for your new filter, and then download it into your browser's download folder. Then copy that file onto the following folder: User Profile Documents, My Game is Path of Exile. And then launch the Path of Exile game client. Go to the Options setting and the UI tab, and select the new filter in the list of item filters. Alright, so that's how you install a new item filter. Tip number 3, follow a leveling guide to get experience points fast. So the first link on this list is actually the quick reference guide. This page, there's the introduction page and then the act by act quick reference guide, and each act will have about 40 or 50 steps that you need to do, and then you'll move on to the next act, and it's pretty simple from there. Yeah, this is just the introduction page. Tip number 4 is to know your offensive options and combos. your supporting skill gems. As a new player, you do want to experiment with skill gems, research skill tiers, like which skills are better than others, and you want to try to combo them up by using the sockets and the socket links. There's the 4 socket colors: red, green, blue, and white, and then there's the maximum number of sockets per item type that you want to, and you want to try to get items that have more sockets. Now, this is very important. Skill gems on the equipped, secondary, and non-active weapon set still gain experience and level up. So you can level up up to 12 skill gems just on your 2 weapons or your 2 weapon sets. And these websites here will tell you all about skill gems and people's rankings. Tip number 5 is to research defense, damage mitigation, layers of defense, mobility, and healing options. This includes damage, life and hit points, energy shield, armor resistances, evasion, block, dodge, potions, jump, speed boost, kiting, teleport skills, flasks, and more. Yeah, that's a lot, but basically just research your defensive options and try to build a defensive layer so you don't take up too much damage. Tip number 6 is to manage your weapon swaps, your inventory, and your stash. If you like weapon swapping, make sure you set the keybinds properly on as your skills may change upon swap. Press X to weapon swap. While leveling, try putting your most used spam skills on armor instead of weapons. You need to learn to only pick up stuff that you really need, even with the loot filter on, or to switch to an even stronger filter as you progress through the game. Your stash or item storage bank is shared with all characters in the same league. Try to keep it clutter-free, or buy more stash slots and support the Path of Exile developers. Tip number 7 is to use the new easy gardening, farming, and item crafting system in Path of Exile Harvest. Every 2 or 3 visits to the garden after you collect new seeds on a map, you can harvest, kill monsters, then use the garden crafting device to modify items in your inventory and your stash. You can upgrade normal and magic items to rare items, or you can make an item have 3 sockets, or you can change item socket colors, and more. Tip number 8 is to learn the trading options available in Path of Exile. Now, this is optional. Trading can help you get the items you want faster, but can also be distracting from gaining XP and other game activities. Turn trade chat off or on as you prefer. Now, if you want to look at trade here, you can set the filters and then search. This is just going to show you all the items. If you hit PM, that'll send a PM to their inbox on the website, or you can hit whisper and then it'll copy a whisper text that you can manually paste into the game client. And let's see, tip number 9 is to shop in the official Path of Exile microcode transaction store to upgrade your stash, buy cosmetic items, upgrade your guild, and support Path of Exile developers. And this is the official Path of Exile shop. There's supporter packs. There's specials, stash tabs, armor, weapons, guilds, pets, hideouts, and account features like character slots, and more. Now, the final tip is to form or join a guild. Party up or solo play, however you prefer. Get familiar with Path of Exile forums, Reddit, fan sites, and all the Path of Exile guide websites, and the greater Path of Exile community. So this link at Path of Exile Gamepedia is a list of all Path of Exile related websites. Not all, but a lot of them. And then you can always do a Google search. And if you want more tips for Path of Exile, like beginner or newbie tips, go to this page at GameFAQs, and it'll list some new tips. It'll list some tips for you, or more tips. And that's about it. Have fun. Thank you.